I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video, and you may have seen elements of this team within the Pope review. That is up on the channel already if you want to go check that out. But I was using it without Pope to get Pope, and then when I got Pope, he made the team that much better. And I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna show people. I'm gonna do a squad builder. They don't do very well these days, but I don't care. We're gonna do it anyway. So as I said, Pope in goal. He replaces David De Gea's Footmas card that was there for quite a while. Like I said, I built this team basically to get Pope, and I had a lot of fun with it. And there's a few cards in here you can get for nothing. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, of course, this is a first owner untradeable card. Not quite sure how much he is on the market these days, but still a very capable right back. One of my favourites, I think. Lean body type, high defensive work rate, good height, very agile, suits the game very well. I would go as far as to say that he's meta. Maguire you can pick up from doing the League SBC with a anchor on him. Turns into a fairly capable centre-back. To be honest, he's not the best. I wouldn't say that he's my first choice, that's for damn sure. There are plenty of other centre-backs I'd rather have instead of him, but he does do a job, you know? He's not a bad centre-back. Laporte's Player Moments card is a very similar card to Maguire in the sense of he does a job, but he's not the best in that position. And this squad builder isn't me saying, hey, look, go build this team because it's brilliant. I just had a lot of fun with it. I haven't lost with it yet. Mendy's 93 card at left back. To be fair, it doesn't matter which Mendy card you go with, whether you use the 87 or the 89 or the 93. Of course, if you can get the 89 or the 93, you're laughing because both of those are really good. 94 Bruno, again, doesn't matter whether you go for the 90, 1, 2 or the 4. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, very good, capable player. I'll show you and we'll go through the in-game sort of tactics and the formations that I use and stuff like that after I go through all the clips and what I liked about the team, what I didn't like. Awar up next, very good card. This is one of my favourite players in the game with a shadow on him as well. I do tend to use him as a cam actually, so now the shadow doesn't make any sense. It did when I got him because he was sort of a secondary CM. Now it doesn't make as much sense because I play him further forward, but irrelevant really because he's brilliant regardless. And Ndombele, of course, this was a SBC card. Very cheap SBC as well, 93 rated. He is the anchor, the CDM in the team. He still gets forward a little bit now and again. He's very capable of scoring goals and getting the odd assist here or there. Raheem Sterling was the main player that I put into this team to get Pope. He was the goal scorer. And I tell you what, he is very good. 91 rated. They get their 4 wins in a row, and he's been upgraded to 91. I think that's the way it worked. 14 goals in 13 games with 2 assists. I mean, I was trying to get him goals, but he was naturally popping up with goals all over the place. Very, very nice, capable player that goes under the radar. 93 Lucas Moura, decent record on him. 214, I think it is, goal contributions in 227 games. It's not the best goal contribution record, but it's definitely not bad. I really like this guy. Super meta, very quick, very agile, nice 5-star weak foot on him as well. Banging card, really. Very expensive, don't get me wrong, but if you manage to pack him in that Player Moments pack, you've done very well. And if not, don't worry, I'm sure you'll have another chance very soon because EA like to repeat SBCs. But I mean, I wouldn't say potentially. I'm actually going to go out and say the best card in the game. Frank Ribery's Summer Heat card, 5-star, 5-star, high medium. You cannot knock this guy for quality. Absolutely brilliant player. 24 goals in 25 games with 11 assists as well. And only maybe 5 or 6 of those games with me reviewing him. I haven't been trying to get goals with him since then. He's just naturally that good in front of goal. That team right there is not a cheap team. Trying to think of what cards. Pope is an objective card, you can still get him. Mendy, an objective card, you can still get him. Bruno Fernandes, objective card, you can still get him. So there are 3 cards in that team that are free, essentially. And then, of course, Maguire is a League SBC card, so if you've done that, then obviously you can pick him up, not a problem. Sterling isn't expensive. And Ndombele wasn't expensive. Wan-Bissaka's not expensive. Laporte, I don't think you can't get Laporte anymore. I don't think he's there. You would replace that with a better defender, though. But this team, if you want to build it there or thereabouts, it's not actually that expensive. Lucas Moura is probably the only card in there that is going to set you back like stupid amounts of money. I would recommend him. Like, it's a lot of money to spend, sure. But I do think he's worth it because he just fits the game so well. He's just meta, and you need those cards when you've hit by bad gameplay, when you're in a bit of a slump and nothing really seems to be going your way. He's one of those players that fits the game so well that he can drag you out of it. There he goes down the right hand side. Ideally, I'd want to play him in the middle, right? But Ribery has to go up front. He just has to play in the middle. He scores so many goals. He's so quick. He's so agile. You need to play Ribery in the middle. But Lucas Moura and Ribery have got this sort of understanding, and they're both very similar players in the fact that they're both very quick. They've both got a low centre of gravity. Their agility is mad. They can both finish. Their passing is very capable as well. They both do really work well together. Bruno Fernandes, I think, is better as a cam than he is as a box-to-box style midfielder. So that's why I've got Aouar in there as a box-to-box next to Ndombele, who is on stay back while attacking. I'll go into that as we progress forward. Aouar ventures forward there, plays the ball across, and I wanted it back to Ribery, but the game forced it to go to the back post, unfortunately. We break up the play there. Aouar in this position is playing as a cam. I switch them around. Him and Bruno Fernandes, they're both very capable of playing either position. So I sort of just switch them around as and when I feel like it. But you'll notice that Lucas Moura gets his fair share of goals despite the fact that he's playing wide right. And the reason for that is because he's so good that his positioning allows him to drift inside, go out wide. Here's Raheem Sterling with a good goal outside of the right boot. Near post finish. This team is just a goal-scoring machine. It really is. And at the back, it's not like the best defensively in terms of Laporte and Maguire aren't the best defenders in the game. And you can definitely get better ones even now, like nice cheap defenders that can go in this team instead of those two. But they just work. That's not to say that you can't change the centre-backs, of course. Like, I think they're probably the two weakest parts of the team. Like, you could look at Raheem Sterling and criticise him all you want, but that record speaks for itself. 14 goals in 13 games with 2 assists from a left position with only a 3-star weak foot. In my opinion, he's still... I mean, he hasn't actually had that upgrade yet, has he? Was he 91 rated anyway? I could have swore he was 90 rated. I don't know. But either way... There are better players out there. You know, you can go and use, like for instance, I could be using this Human Son now. That works, and I do really like this card. This card is a very, very good card. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. Still, people will say that he's not good enough. You know, the top players will say that he just doesn't fit the game well enough. He doesn't work. In my opinion, absolute nonsense. He does. He's a very good player. But I've been keeping Sterling in there purely because I was using him to get Pope. And I thought it would only be fair, even though it's a video game, to give him a run out now that Pope is in the team. You know, this is what you've been working for, a brand new keeper. Let's play a few games now that we've got the team. Now, obviously, this isn't my main team on this account, but it's just a team that I built ready for Pope, and it works really well. Now, when it comes to the two centre-backs, you can go for various options. I have a few in front of me, if I can just have a quick look. So, I've got Kyle Walker, for example. Kyle Walker and Tomori. The two centre-back cards. One's a Team of the Week Moments, the other is a Future Stars. They're about 110 to 150,000 coins. They're both very quick. They're both very capable of playing centre-back. They're not the best centre-backs in the game, but you can switch one of these, Maguire or Laporte, out for one of those if you really want to. N'Golo Kante's shapeshifter. Many people will tell you that he's too short and he can't play there. Nonsense. People don't cross. There's no such thing as height in this game. So N'Golo Kante would be a fantastic centre-back. And of course, you can still rely on the base Van Dijk. Even to this day, base Van Dijk is still a very good player. If you can afford to go for one of the better versions, whether it be the Team of the Year, Team of the Season, one of the informs, the Foot Birthday or whatever, then yeah, feel free to go for them if you want, but you can even still use the base. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. David Luiz Flashback as well. If you've got that in the Flashback pack, you can definitely use him. Soyuncu Team of the Season is a very good option as well. He is a very, very good, capable player. The interesting thing about this is it's so modular because you've got that Bruno Fernandes and Wan-Bissaka. Realistically, what you could do is switch out Laporte for Militao, and it's not something that I'd even consider doing until just this second. So if you really want to, you can get rid of him, and you can go pick up your... Hello? You could go pick up your 90 Militao that you've got from the SBC and stick him in there off chem. Takes the team down to 99 chem, but guess what? Chemistry isn't the be-all and end-all. So long as you've got the majority of your players on 10 chem, you should be fine. So yeah, you can do that if you want. I'm not obviously going to do it now, and I've already played with the team, and I'm happy enough with Laporte and Maguire for the time being. So there we go. Now, if we have a look at the in-game instructions and things, you'll see that 4-2-3-1 here. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this. It's kind of self-explanatory. Basically, we've got a defensive style on balanced. You can use pressure and heavy touch or after possession lost, or I wouldn't necessarily constant pressure. Drop back just invites far too much pressure in this game. You don't want to be doing that. And you don't want to be one of those one drop back people either, because it's just not fun. Like, sitting back and soaking up as much pressure as possible and just hitting people on the counter-attack isn't enjoyable. If you need it to grind out results in Weekend League every now and again, I get it. But to do it every game is just a bit of a piss take. So, with this, we have 5 width. And with that, you ensure that you're not too narrow, that people can just run around the outside of you, but you're not too wide either, so you're not spread out in the middle. So that's, in my opinion, the sweet spot. Between 5 and 6 is the sweet spot. The depth, again, 4. The reason it's on 4, not 5, is because of the 2 centre-backs not being that quick. Even with anchors and shadows and all the rest of it, Maguire and Laporte are just not that fast. So I put it on 4. Sometimes you get caught in behind, especially if your opponent's playing constant pressure. Your players will try and keep up with your opponent, and then you can get pulled out of position and stuff. But if you're disciplined in the way that you control and right stick switch and things like that, you should be fine. But 4 is the way I would go for slower defenders. 5 if you've got quicker defenders, and then 6 if you're confident in your ability and you have quick defenders. Now, in terms of the offense, balanced again. I mean, possession or balanced, it's entirely up to you which way you want to go for. With possession, I feel like that's good. That's better for a end game, like late game, tactic. So if you're winning the game and it's, I don't know, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, and you just want to hold the ball and you want to make sure that you always have an option for a pass, that's where you want to go. But you need to play it patiently. You can't look to play it too quickly, because people need time to move into the correct positions, and then you're going to leave gaps in various places. So that's why I go for balanced. Now, in terms of the width and the players in the box, they're both on 6. Reason for that, again, it's just a happy medium. The width, you want it a little bit wide so you can take advantage of going around the outside, but at the same time, you want it narrow enough that you can play a pass always. You always need to have a passing option. You can't rely on having to dribble through players, because sometimes the gameplay doesn't allow it. Sometimes the heel-to-heel flicks don't register, etc. So you need to find that sweet spot. It can be here, it can be here. Either way, you just need to sort of tweak it for you. Players in the box. I don't want too many players rushing into the box, because, again, I need passing options on the edge of the area. So I found a sweet spot there. And when it comes to corners and free kicks, this is down to personal preference, but I always shoot from a free kick because there's a good chance of it going in. And then from a corner, I always play it short. So I've always got an option for a pass. And then if you pass it short, or play it short, you've always got to pass straight to the edge of the area. As you can see, there is a... try and use my mouse for this. You've got this guy here, right? So if you've got him there, you can play it short and then play it straight out, and then you've got other options on the edge. You can try and run in a little bit. You'll still have people in the box. So, in my opinion, that's the best one to go for. Now, with regards to the formation, 4-2-3-1, of course, it's quite self-explanatory, this. I don't have an awful lot of instructions on players. So Frank Ribery is literally stay forward, and that's it. We just want to make sure that we've always got an outlet. In terms of the cam, absolutely nothing. Entirely up to you whether you want to say get in the box for the cross or not. That depends on how aggressive you want to be. I like to say just balance runs. So now and again he'll go into the penalty area. What happens is, if I'm going to show my age here. Freddie Ljungberg used to be the best player in the world at one point for arriving late in the penalty area and scoring goals from cutbacks. And Aouar or Bruno Fernandes, whichever one you play there, will do exactly the same thing for you. Absolutely insane player. And with no instruction, they will make late darting runs into the penalty area and able to score goals for you. Both wingers or right cams, left cams, get in the box for the cross, that's it. You just want them arriving back post when, say for instance, Lucas Moura's down to the byline, the drag back, or the cut back rather, and then you want to have Sterling and Ribery in the penalty area with Aouar arriving late, so you've got 3 options, 3 players to hit. Same goes for Sterling on the opposite side. Now, in terms of my right centre mid, he is on stay back while attacking, cut passing lanes, and cover centre. Reason I do that is because I always want that guy back there helping out with the defence, and I'll show you why in just a second. My other centre mid is going to be cut passing lanes, cover centre, but not stay back while attacking. I want him to have the freedom of movement in the middle to be able to go and plug whatever gap needs to be plugged and just use his natural ability to go forward. Now, Aouar works very well here, Bruno Fernandes works well here. It's entirely up to you which one you want to use. The fullback is on stay back while attacking while also being on overlap. I want him to be ready when I send him on a run. I also want him to be back and defending when we are under attack. So that's why. And it's the same for Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. 2 centre-backs, stay back while attacking, of course. And then Pope comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. This works really well with Pope actually because he's got a lot of speed. So in terms of the sweeper keeper, he's off his line very, very quickly. He gets down to attackers' feet very quickly, and of course he has comes for crosses on. But he also has the trait comes for crosses. So he is very, very capable of claiming crosses from corners, free kicks and what have you. If you pull him out with the right stick a little bit as well on set pieces, you're just going to have that little bit more of an advantage. Very, very rarely will he mess up from a set piece. In fact, he hasn't done it for me yet. So big fan of that card, big fan of that instruction. And that's it. Simple as that. Now, you don't have to copy that. You don't have to use this team. You don't have to listen to a word I'm saying. But I've had a very, very good time playing with that team. Gameplay was definitely in my favour. You know, it didn't really have any sort of nonsense going my way. It was decent gameplay. And it's weird, actually, because I was playing on a weekend where obviously many people are going to be playing Weekend League. So, I don't know, read into that what you will. But I didn't lose with that team. Only conceded maybe 1, 2 at a push. And I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. Really, really fun team. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. What if you could change one player, who would it be and who would you change him for? And let me know if you've used any of those cards, of course, in the comments. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.